right? So Steven Gostowski ready to send the football down the way to Jalen Parmalee. When the Ravens played here October the 4th, Baltimore fumbled the opening kickoff. Chris Carr was the returner that day, led to a field goal. Parmalee from a yard inside the end zone is tripped up by Slater. Only got it to the 18. There is Ray Rice, who had 103 yards against New England and ripped off the longest run the Patriots allowed all season, a 50-yarder. And he gets the first handle. He's got a big one going here. It's Ray Rice in a foot race with Merriweather trying to get to him in time, and he won't get there. Rice takes the first play of the game, 83 yards and a touchdown.
How about that? Talking to Cam Cameron, the offensive coordinator. What's the game plan? Well, you know the game plan. We're going to run the football to the right side. I mean, to the left side. Nice cutback by Ray Rice. What I like what he does so much, when he sees just a little opening, he never hesitates. He gets right to it. And that time, that little opening led to that long touchdown.
Just finished saying that he had ripped off the longest run of the season against the Patriots, a 50-yarder, and he takes the first handle of this game, 83 yards, the longest play of the season for the Ravens, in just 17 seconds. When we met with this young man last night, Phil, you asked him, how would you describe your running style? And he said, deceptively quick with speed.
Hey, I think that's one thing that's came when you watch Ray Rice at Rutgers. I never thought, oh, this is a breakaway runner in the NFL. Bill Belichick said to us weeks ago, and even John Harbaugh said it, he is fast in this league. Gets through the hole and is full speed right away.
On the kickoff. It's coming to Darius Butler, rookie, and the 10, 20, and a 16-yard run back.
Well, Jim, let's look what happens to the Patriots defense. The Ravens, they have a tight end and a fullback to the left. Vince Wilfork is the key. So everybody thinks it's going to be a run left, and when they come back, they double team Vince Wilfork in the middle. They get him out of the way. Ray Rice reads it perfectly, makes that cutback, and takes the fourth. Look at the double team. There it is, pushing down. Excellent job by Yonda, getting the double team, then getting on the linebacker.
Patriots in their first playoff appearance since losing in the Super Bowl to the New York Giants. And here's their first offensive snap. They actually begin with Lawrence Maroney instead of Taylor in the backfield. Picks up 2. Into the arms of DeJuan Edward. And trying to get it to Edelman. Makes the catch. That was dangerously thrown right past one Raven defender. Kevin Falk now running back on 3rd and 11. From the backside, ball is stripped. Stripped and recovered by the Ravens. Suggs got to him. Not only knocked it loose, but he pounced on it as well.
Well, he did it the last time these two teams played. He got a sack, and they got a touchdown out of it. It's only a 3-man rush. Coming from the outside, he just keeps working. Tom Brady knows it's a 3-man rush, so he takes that extra time, but Suggs keeps working. Top of your screen. And there was a receiver open down the field, but the Ravens, they want to play coverage. So that time, 8 guys back covering receivers makes Tom Brady hold that football just a little bit longer.
What a start for Baltimore. Back in the red zone off the takeaway and at the 17-yard line looking for more. It's McGahee driving forward for about 3. A Raven team that went 9-7 on the season. When they came in here in October, they were 3-0, and some were arguing at that point early in the year they might be the best team in the league. They lost here, lost the 2 weeks that followed, and hit a midseason slump, including a lot of tough, tight losses. Rebounding late in the year, they had to go to week 17 to clinch it with a victory at Oakland last week to get in the postseason. A 2nd and 7. They're staying with McGahee. And off the left side, he is knocked down at the 11. Another 3 yards.
Well, Jim, you know, just talking about, we talked to John Harbaugh last night, and I said, what was your message this week to the guys? He says, I just let them know how good they really are. And he's no Don't anybody complain about anything that goes on today, penalties, whatever goes against us. Just keep marching forward, keep working, because we are a very good football team.
We do all the hard things well. That's what he told his team. Now on 3rd and 4 with Rice back in, shakes off a hit and a second hit and picks up the first down. That was Rice, a 2nd and 3rd effort for now a 1st and goal to go.
I tell you, I don't like to compare players, but when you look at Ray Rice, Emmitt Smith just comes to your mind right away. Nice little jump cut inside, another cut there. He's very quick and powerful in that little small space. That's what makes you a star running back in the NFL.
Wow, Banacane had a play on him, and then it was Sanders.
Isn't it amazing how strong he is? Because you met him last night. He's not the biggest guy, but he plays big in that uniform.
1st and goal from the 6. Rice going to cut back right side, trying to get the edge. Rice on his way, and will they give it to him? They say he's short. Picked up 5 and just inches shy.
Good illustration, that play of the Baltimore Ravens. First, the 3rd down run. You think they're not telling everybody what they're going to do, but look at the defenders. Nobody gets off their block fast enough. That allows Ray Rice all that time to make a decision, and he went from the left side all the way back around the tight end and Todd Heap's block.
Look at this. Haloti Ngata comes onto the offensive side, lines up as a tight end on 2nd and goal with McGahee in the backfield, but they go with the up back, the fullback. McClain has the touchdown. LaRon McClain and the Baltimore Ravens just 4.5 minutes into this playoff game already with 2 touchdowns. All set up by the Terrell Suggs strip.
Just like we saw last week in Oakland. Second half of the game, it's about the playoffs. The Ravens made their minds up. They were going to win the game running the football, and they have that same mentality coming out here today.
Good again. Well, that scoring drive from the 17-yard line. McClain taking it the final inches. You're the road team in a playoff game. It doesn't get any better than this start. Buck is coming up.
The sun.
Look out. He lost it in the sun, and Slater may have fallen on it. We've watched this all throughout warm-ups. Slater and Butler. I'm still waiting for the officials to go ahead and just clear this up.
Well, you said it right, the sun. We saw it on practice on Friday that it's such a factor coming over the top of the stadium.
So a Patriot recovery. Tom Brady has lost fumbles 3 times all year, and 2 of them against the Ravens. They recovered one of those fumbles in that game back in October for a touchdown. It was Suggs on the strip and Edwards on the recovery. Now their 2nd series from the 21. And again, quick pressure. It's Ray Lewis.
That is the appropriate word, quick pressure. This is what they talked about too. When the Ravens want to blitz, they want to make sure they time it up perfectly to get there, because the Patriots are very good at picking it up and then throwing the football down the field. And I'd say that spacing the defense out and timing the snap count, which they did that time, and they get to Tom Brady before the offensive linemen and backs can react.
He just blew right over Lawrence Maroney. And a 7-yard loss. On 2nd and 17, they go draw with Falk. And he gets most of that back. Well, all of it back plus 2 more. Gain of 9. 3rd and 8 for the Patriots. Got to get to the 31. Brady just standing there. All kinds of times, and almost picked off by Reed. Ed Reed came angling across, and
that's what you got to look out for. Who's in front of the receiver? That time, wide open is the receiver down the field, but Ed Reed had nobody to cover on his side. And look, he comes all the way across the field and just misses the interception.
And you know where he was going with that. He was able to hold on to it.
Where's
that
that?
whole side of the field. was waiting for him. So Chris Hansen to punt it. Deep pass with Chris Carr.
Nice kick!
Carr has to retreat to the 24. Beautiful punt. He shakes off the first hit, and Carr's taken off. Onto the New England side and bounce out by Hansen at the 41. Now the Ravens with big plays by their offense, defense, and now special teams. Not even midway through the first quarter. Catching hold of it, took a second. Rice, no gain. Brady and the Patriots -8 total yards, includes the strip sack fumble by Terrell Suggs that led to the second touchdown. 83 of the 100 coming on the first play of the game. Ray Rice. A 2nd and 10 from the New England 43. Now Flacco will throw, and that one could have been picked. From Sean Springs that had a play on it. There is a flag. Tully Bant to Kane influenced the throw.
Sean Springs really playing the play that time. The Ravens love the play action fake and throw those passes right outside. Illegal man down the field by the Ravens.
An eligible member of the offense illegally downfield, number 74. That penalty is declined. 3rd down.
Gene Steratore and his crew that was together all season long. Steratore is also a Big East basketball official. He governed over the UConn-Seton Hall game on Wednesday night and now has a playoff game here at Foxborough. His second playoff assignment of his career. 3rd and 10. Patriots desperately need to make a play. Shifting around on that side of the field. Kelly Washington, a former New Englander, is in the lineup now as an extra receiver for Flacco. Looks for it to break open, gets it away, and incomplete. Rice could not hold on. Gary Guyton was right there with him and helped strip his hands away.
Pass protection was excellent. The Patriots had one defensive lineman. What they're always trying to do, confuse the blocking assignments of the offense, and nobody opened down the field. With all that time to throw, Joe Flacco looked everywhere. And his big key today, if they're not open, throw it away. Even with all that, only a short throw was available.
Sam Cook, one of the best at pinning teams inside the 10 over the last 2 years. Down at the bottom of the screen for the Ravens, that's David Tyree. A name from Patriot playoff past. Former Giant. The famous catch. Falk, fair catch after the 30-yard boot, but a flag is down. You know, the offsides, the 5 yards would not be enough for the first. It was a 4th and 10.
But would you want to punt it again?
Got it at the 12. You've sent, well, actually, the market at the 14. What do you think, Phil? Do you think you can improve on that if you're the Ravens?
Offside, defense number 30 lined up in the neutral zone. Penalty is declined. Result of the play, 1st down New England. Timeout.
Baltimore owner Steve Bisciotti back there in row 2. Loving this start for his Ravens, who have seen Brady drop back 4 times. They've sacked him twice, 1 incomplete, 1 for negative yards, a 3-yard loss on a pass completion to Edelman. They go spread it out with the 5 receiver set. On 1st down from the 14. Opens up the field enough to pick up 6 with Falk.
Well, this is what everybody expects. For the Patriots to spread it out.
You see Wes Welker up in the box with Robert Kraft and Myra Kraft, Jonathan Kraft. Kraft family, I'm sure, like everyone right now, stunned at this start. 2nd down and 4, and spinning. Good move by Falk. Picks up their first down of the game.
Yeah, you just can't, Jim, always spread it out and try to throw the football. So the Ravens know it, and the Patriots are very good at running the football when they have their 4 wide receivers on the field. One of the better ones in the NFL. In fact, they even believe they run it better because it's just not as many people in there to block. Gives the running back a little more space.
So on a new set of downs, Brady turns around and avoids yet another sack as Ray Lewis came running in after him again.
How about that? Ray Lewis, he even said to us last night, I have a great feel for this offense. Little cross blitz inside. Ellerbe and Lewis, man, and he flushes Tom Brady. But he goes, I've listened to games on TV. I know when he's audible, when he's faking, and he believes by looking at formations, he can determine what plays are coming.
Yeah, he told us last night that he actually had one moment of preparation this week where he just listened to a tape, an audio tape of Brady and his audibles at the line of scrimmage, and he's picked off by Carr. Then Brady throws the interception. Carr returns it to the 25, and now a second takeaway by that Baltimore defense.
Oh, he's trying to throw it away. Once again, they're trying to move the pocket to change the, as they would say, the launch point for Tom Brady. As he rolls right, nowhere to go with the football. And that second that goes through your mind as a quarterback, you panic, and he does the wrong thing. He throws it in the air, and what a catch by Chris Carr.
That was Jarrett Johnson who really forced the bad throw.
Well, they just look, the Ravens just look faster. That's all it is. They are attacking.
Living on the New England side of the field in this first quarter. And they go with McGahee, who is pushed back by Gerard Mayo. No gain.
The Patriots going to crowd the line of scrimmage. You can throw it on first down.
On 2nd and 10, McGahee weaving for 9. It'll be a 3rd and 1 before he's taken down by James Sanders. He escaped Brandon Merriweather.
That's it. Merriweather, who has had a terrific year, could not run down Ray Rice. But again, look, there's the safety to stop the running play near the line of scrimmage. You missed a tackle. They pick up 9.
On the sneak, Flacco driving forward.
He ain't got it. Use the ground, man.
And it looks like he's going to have it.
Hey, hey, hey.
And you know, you talk about good run defense in the NFL now, Jim. That means your safeties, they got to be terrific at diagnosing the run and getting up there and making those tackles near the line of scrimmage.
They're going to call for a measurement. Now they go ahead. Steratore says, don't bring out the chains. First down, Baltimore. Looking to put up a 3rd touchdown in this opening quarter.
Linebackers.
Line up Heap as the fullback on first down. They'll shift him back over to that left side. Flacco rolling out. Hits McGahee. McGahee.
How about that? That's what you do when you get inside the 20-yard line. It's about deception, unless you can just run it over somebody. But they come in again, extra offensive lineman, the fake run inside, and look out in the flat. You've got this Patriots defense. They're digging their heels in, and when you dig your heels in as a defensive player, how are you going to do that and then try to, it's a pass play. You can't react fast enough. McGahee wide open.
Picks up 13, 1st and goal. Nata again back in on offense on that left side. On 1st and goal, it's Rice getting halfway home. Tripped up by Vince Wilfork. I mean, Phil, and this is a rather astonishing start here.
You think? I mean, I'm like everybody. Yeah. Did I think the Ravens could win? Yes. But you expect it to be a nail biter all the way to the end. But to get this kind of start against the Patriots here at home, shocking. That's the word for it. 2nd
and goal. It's Rice, and he's in again. Touchdown, Baltimore.
And not only, of course, it catches everybody by surprise, but what makes it double is the fact that Tom Brady has turned it over, and they're doing it with just lining up and saying, here we come. Another running play. Yonda Been a terrific puller from the right guard position. That time, how about that tough running against an unblocked defensive player? It doesn't matter.
New England all season long has been the best first half team in football. Ravens have been the best second half team. Ray Rice, who's now, if you will, he's taken it to the house twice in this first quarter, and I say it that way because his mother Janet on a visit this year. He didn't have a touchdown last year as a rookie, but he got that first touchdown early in the season, week 3 against Cleveland, and then had the ball painted up and everything, and his mom Janet took it home with her. Yeah, so he called back and said, by the way, Ray, I took the ball to the house.
Okay, that's good. You know what I like? Ray Rice said to us last night, he set some goals before the season started, but he had to readjust them once it got going because the year went pretty well for him. That's an understatement.
He hit those goals rather quickly, didn't he?
Oh, look at the short kick into the sun.
Yep. And a fair catch called by Chris Baker at the 28. And that is Falk. Straight ahead for 4. Brady was sacked only 18 times all season. Here he's well protected. On second down, the throw, Aiken, and it's intercepted off the deflection. It is Ed Reed with a playoff pick again, and he laterals it to Landry. And Baker brings him down at the 9-yard line. Lewis right there in case the ball was to pop out.
How about that? They are playing coverage. When they blitz, they've gotten to him right away. And when they're not, they are sitting back waiting for the football to come down the field. It's a good look off by Tom Brady, but the coverage is tight. What a job. Tipping the football by Foxworth up in the air.
First and goal to go for the Ravens. One of that lateral may have been a little questionable. It was a forward lateral, but it doesn't matter now. It's in the book after the snap, and that's McGahee squeezing out another 4 yards. 3 New England turnovers in the first quarter, and the Ravens looking to go up 28-0.
Well, you know, that was a good word, or mush, squeeze. The Ravens have the ability. Now, this is one of the best.
That Ed Reed lateral to Landry.
It's backwards.
It's fine.
It's backwards, but the Ravens can mush it. And so far, they've even done it against one of the best run-stopping D-lines in the National Football League.
Second and goal from the 5, and here's a play. No, McGahee breaks away. Still going to be knocked back for a loss. Sanders closed it down on that side. He got away from Banta-Kane.
Yeah, he came flying through there, and that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to be aggressive and start off. Banta-Kane outside, looped inside, unblocked. Very good move.
Watch the shift.
I'll tell you what, it's a good job being in position on the backside of the defense. It stops him from running around there and getting another touchdown.
It's spotted at the 9.
And the Ravens, Joe Flacco, you should be extremely careful and safe.
On 3rd and goal, Flacco throws and over the head of Mason. That was a throwaway by Flacco. I'm going to go ahead and say, let's just put the 3 on the board with Cundiff.
Yeah, when you're up 21-0, you got to play quarterback. You got to be different. And incompletions are great, especially when you're in this situation. Give it one look, throw it away.
Billy Cundiff, who earlier in the year kicked for the Cleveland Browns. In fact, scored the Browns' only points in a Week 3 Baltimore win over Cleveland. Had a field goal for the Browns. Signed by the Ravens in November after they waived Steve Hauschka. This is a 27-yarder. Cook puts it down, and Cundiff drives it through. Tom Brady has just been picked for a second time, and it led to a field goal. Also lost a fumble, but what can the Patriots do? How can they figure out a way to get back into this thing after being trounced so one-sidedly here early in the game?
The game plan hasn't changed if you're the Patriots. You still come out and act like the score is 0-0. It's still plenty of time, but you don't change the game plan. When you get to a point where you go, hey, what we started with gives us no chance to win, then you change it up. But that's not the case right now.
Remember the Sun situation here as Butler finds it at the 5, and he's walloped. Just plays being made every single time.
Oh yeah, the energy. It's the Ravens are on fire.
That's Edgar Jones with the wallop after the 14-yard return.
I mean, when they tackle guys, they're taking them to the ground and just smashing them and landing on top of them. And watch 84. Jones this time gets off the block, lands on top. And that's what you do as a coach too. If you're with the Ravens, you give your guys a chance to keep their emotions high. In other words, don't just sit back. When you get the opportunity, you blitz and come after Tom Brady again.
First down from the gun. Ball is dropped, and that was not looking into the sun. That was looking the other way. Benjamin Watson.
As a quarterback in the National Football League, there's two things, of course, you can do. Get really conservative and worry about making a mistake, or you go out there and you just go, you toughen up, you be aggressive, and you tell your guys, I might throw 6 today, just be ready. Because you just keep fighting.
On 2nd and 10. There's Falk running out to the 39 for a first. Got away from Ellerby. That's the best play so far for New England. Picks up 18.
It's nice. They're trying to throw it to the left. That's what they want to do. Tom Brady gets off of Edelman pretty quick and then comes right back as outlet receiver Falk. And it was well designed and well executed by Tom Brady.
In the final minute of the first quarter, Sammy Morris and Kevin Falk split out as receivers. That was almost intercepted. That was Frank Walker. Got a jump on it. Pass thrown in the area of Sam Aiken.
Wow. And you know, right away you see, well, maybe it has changed this offense. I know it's single coverage to the outside, but look at Frank Walker. He never once thought about retreating. He was playing a short or timing route the whole way, and almost an interception, of course.
2nd and 10 at the 38. Ravens showing blitz again. And they're saying, hey, wait a minute, delay a game.
Yes, they were all watching, and there's a delay of game.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Anytime Tom Brady sees the Ravens up and he sees one guy deep, you have to know as a quarterback, okay, this could be trouble. They're going to do something. They're probably going to blitz. So he was trying to do it. Here's the safety. Nobody else back there. And when he sees it, especially against the Ravens, you can expect a blitz.
2nd and 15. Falk, again a completion for a loss. Chris Carr comes up. What a collision. And a play that'll probably close out the first quarter. That was much like everything else we saw in the first 15 minutes. Patriots, that's the most points ever allowed under Belichick in a first quarter. 24 in all for the Ravens. 24-0. Well, the Ravens, since they arrived in Baltimore, they've never beaten New England. 0-5 all time. 0-3 here in Foxborough, including earlier this season, October the 4th, a game that came down to the final minute. Got the crucial drop on a 4th down play with the Ravens driving, trying to win it. But they've been dominant. It's actually just shocking so far what we've seen. 3rd and 20, Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here in Foxborough, starting the 2nd quarter. And that's Falk. Picks up 3. Lewis applauds. The Baltimore defense does its work again.
A couple things. Ravens just zeroing in on the offense, attacking the screen game by the Patriots. The 2 misdirections by Tom Brady and a couple quick throws outside, getting nothing.
Hansen to punt it to Carr. He already has a pick in this game. Carr was a member of the Tennessee Titans last year and returning punts and kickoffs in a playoff loss that the Titans suffered to Baltimore. Remember, he's looking into that sun. He's been called for the fair catch. He's lost it. He's lost it. And the ball's out. And did the Patriots recover it? That's Kyle Arrington down there. The Patriots finally get a break.
Well, his own guy ran into him. That's what happened, it looked like. And the big thing will be, Jim, who did it hit? Did it hit anybody? Well, that's...
Did he actually ever recover it?
Let's see who it hits.
That's Zibikowski.
Oh, it hit Zibikowski. It did.
Watch Arrington, though.
Here we go, going to the ground. Does he get possession? Control it? No.
No, he lost it
he
going
did not
out.
have it.
First down, New England.
This is probably going to be challenged by the Ravens. This is much like a receiver having to take the catch to the ground.
He did not get control of that football on the way down.
Look how much, though, Carr had to slide over. He really did lose it in the sun. He was a good 10 yards to the right of where the flight of the football was coming. And are they going to challenge it? I would think they could have a great case of winning that since he never took it to the ground. Off they go with the play. The Patriots with Falk. And hard running for 9. Should have been challenged, Phil?
I think so. There's no doubt. Such a big play in the game. And when you're talking about points, possession of the football, I don't think he had it. I think if you challenge it, it's going to be the Ravens football.
2nd and 1 for New England. And Falk goes sideways for the final foot or two. It's going to be close to a first.
And, Jim, a lot of people sit there and think, well, it's 24-0. Why would you waste a challenge? What are you kidding? You're going to give momentum, confidence, everything back to this Patriots football team. And when you watch the replay of that, never for a second did it look like possession, that the Patriots had possession of the football.
Falk, did he get it? Hold on, second look by Sterator. Stretch it out, he says. Oh, he was about to signal 1st and goal to go, and then they got those chains fully extended, and he's inches shy, 3rd and inches. Fred Taylor's come into the game. He's the tailback. It's Taylor. Taylor, nice spin for the first. Surrounded by about 4 Ravens, but it's going to be 1st and goal to go.
That's the last I'll say about it, but that punt for John Harbaugh to challenge possession of that football, Jim, somebody upstairs has to be watching for him. There's no way coaches on the field could see that, and there was no replays on the big board for him to judge off of.
He's on the far side of the field from where Arrington fell out of bounds and never took the ball all the way to the ground. He couldn't have seen it from there.
And most coaches have a guy upstairs for replays.
1st and goal from Taylor. Nata says no way. Holds him back to no gain.
Well, you talk to this Patriots team, and it's not a secret. I mean, even you and I know this. You just can't make a living lining up, running against the big front, led by that guy. You got Ray Lewis, you got Suggs. Everybody's good run stoppers coming down the line. Haloti Ngata, such a tremendous athlete, quick with his feet and powerful.
And his feet a little tender. He sprained an ankle last week trying to tackle McFadden of the Raiders. Been a little gimpy, but we haven't seen it here today. 2nd and goal. Brady steps up, looking. Now jump pass over the back of the end zone. And it was near the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
Yeah, he was behind the line of scrimmage. I think, a little bit pull it down, and let's see what happens when you look at it. There's nobody open as I was looking down the field. Maybe to Kevin Falk. Oh, boy, he could have ran in for the touchdown.
I was going to say, did you think he should have run it?
Well, you're Tom Brady. He's up. Yes, nobody in front of him.
3rd and goal. They shift Edelman to the left side.
Jim, hard to run it in, though, when you're not trained to do it. That's not what he does. His instincts say pull up and throw it.
Well protected here. Now throws it in zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. There he is, Julian Edelman. Welker with a high five to his owner. He went over and embraced the rookie after being the honorary captain and been out there for the coin flip. They've been exchanging texts and a few phone calls this week and encouraging the rookie who was taking his place in the lineup.
If you're going to rush 3 defenders, which the Ravens did, the one thing you must do is make Tom Brady stay there. When you let him move, it lets all the receivers move with him. Hard to stay on coverage that long.
Hanson to hold, Gostowski to kick. Snap back by Ingram, a rookie out of Hawaii, and extra point good. Julian Edelman with the touchdown catch, but a little bit hurt on that grab. He got hit by Ray Lewis. A little bit of a spear, but no flag, and I saw him over there on the sideline.
Yeah, trying to stretch it out a little.
Yeah, it's indicating that his lower back. There was a little hurt. Parmalee comes up to the 11. Gowan has him, and there's a flag. It's going to be a face mask call against New England.
Personal foul, face mask, number 30 of the defense. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down, Baltimore. Timeout.
First down, Ravens at the 39. And Rice gets it up the middle for about 4. Joe Flacco in his 2nd year. What a rookie season he had, all starts. Kid has stayed healthy, hasn't he, in 2 years, and of course had those 2 playoff wins, took him all the way to the AFC title game last year to Pittsburgh. He'll be turning 25 next Saturday. Now, if they win this game, they'll have a game on his birthday. They would be traveling to Indianapolis if they won here. That would send the Jets then to San Diego next Sunday. 2nd down and 6. Still a long way to go here. And Rice. Not going to be brought down with the first hit, is he? 5 yards by Rice.
Well, I think this is, you see this a lot in the NFL now. Teams don't worry about, hey, if there's a guy up there we can't block. And that's what you do. Cam Cameron said to me, when you're going to leave somebody unblocked, try to leave him where the running back can see him. And that time, right in front of Ray Rice is the unblocked linebacker, Mayo. And what's he do? Goes right around him. Mayo had a hard time even getting his hand on him.
Rice with 103 yards, exactly what he totaled back here in October. Cam Cameron, the offensive coordinator for Baltimore, calls Rice again. And again, I thought they might get him, but that first hit, not enough. It's 3rd and a yard, and I believe it's going to be another Baltimore first.
It is. That's big first down. I know they're up 24-7. But Cam Cameron is about designing runs to go against the defense, knowing your running back is good enough to make a guy miss, which we've seen many times by Ray Rice, and also really appreciate and understanding this defense in front of the Patriots. They're big. He'd like to knock them on the ground as much as he can, so that would help him in the 4th quarter.
Going to throw it, and he should have been. He is picked. Banta Kane off the bottom deflection. It was headed to Heat. Botton looked like he'd make the pick. He had one against Flacco back here in October, and Banta Kane, just as the Ravens did off a deflection, they come up with the interception.
Well, what you have to do, here goes Todd Heap. Here goes this guy. You have to read the corner to make sure he is going to run off with the wide receiver. And that is a tremendous place. Bodden is looking back the whole time. He misses the interception, but he knocks it up in the air. And that's what Joe Flacco should have been reading, is the corner.
2 giveaways by the Ravens in a 4-minute and 50-second stretch.
That's what Cam Cameron was asking him when he came off to the sideline.
And the Patriots with Sam Aiken for 5.
Really good job when corners have their backs to the sideline and they're looking in. When you're a quarterback, you've got to see that before the play starts. And Tully Banthacane, how about that? He hustles. You say his name all the time when we do Patriots games, Jim. Good pass rusher. And gets in position to get that deflection.
Started as a Patriot, won rings, went to San Francisco, came back. Trying to help bring the Patriots back. 2nd down and 5. Walk. Never able to get a full steam ahead. Picks up 2. 3rd and short for the Patriots. Baltimore had that 24-0 lead and had forced a punt just seconds into the 2nd quarter, one which they mishandled. And now another miscue and allowing the Patriots to get a little rhythm and confidence. See if New England can keep this series going. 3rd down, we'll call it 2. Incomplete, headed for Falk. It was covered up by Ray Lewis. Randy Moss we have not heard from so far in this game. He has not been a target to this point.
Here he goes across the field, Randy Moss, trying to gauge the defense. He's open, but it takes way too long. Trevor Price that time from the inside pressures Tom Brady. Play was just too slow developing.
And that bounces out of bounds. Rice brought down by Dallas Thomas. Picked up with 2 on the ground. On 2nd and 8, Flacco. And that's a big setback as Junior Seau in his 20th year decks LeRon McClain. Junior still making plays.
Yeah, he is. How many screen plays do you think he has seen in his career? So right away, he's got McClain man-to-man, and he just reads it, comes up, makes the tackle. But the Patriots are squeezing this Ravens offense now. Down inside, they're daring them to throw it. And if they get a 1st down, they're going to have to start throwing the ball on 1st down to make it easy for Joe Flacco.
That was a loss of 4. On a 3rd and 12, they go draw with Rice. Again, shakes off a 1st hit and goes in backpedaling for 4 yards. Gets back what they had lost on the screen play.
Now, that's a good call. You know, listen, 3rd and long against the defense that likes to stand 10 guys up, walk around. Why mess with that? You know, your passing game doesn't scare many opponents in the NFL anyway. So run it. Punt it away and let your defense do it again.
You saw Edelman back there. Walker was ranked #1 in the AFC in punt returns. His replacement, Edelman, number 29. And a good run back. Edelman still going and still going. Now all the way to the Baltimore side of the field. Julian Edelman. We thought he was a little shaken up after the touchdown catch. Number 11, Julian Edelman, heading over to that left side. Giving this Patriot team a boost. He's caught a touchdown. Just had a big punt return. 28 yards to the Ravens 44. Over to Edelman. And Foxworth comes up 2nd and 5. There's Johnson racing after Brady again.
Well, Tom Brady always talks to Randy Moss when he goes to the sideline. What are you seeing? What do you think? How are they playing you? Is somebody watching you out the corner of their eye? And when you watch Patriot games, you always see after almost every series, they go over and talk about what just happened.
They could use a little connection now, trying to make the most of that return. They failed to cash in off the pick. They were 3 and out. Here on third down again, no chance. Thrown at the feet of Moss, but there's a flag.
Offside. Defense, number 24. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
So the Patriots get the first down by penalty. That's a big one.
Well, let's watch Dominique Foxworth up top of your screen. Oh boy, he walked in.
Didn't realize it.
He didn't realize it. He came down and got tight inside because he knew Julian Edelman was going to go across the field, and he was, but he forgot to pay attention to where the yard marker was.
Lined up offside, gives the Patriots the first down at the 34. They go draw with Falk, finds a small crease, and then finds a big roadblock in Ray Lewis.
You know, you talk about Julian Edelman, Jim. We talked to him, and we talked to Bill Belichick about him. And Bill Belichick, you know, how did it all come about? Quarterback at Kent State, and the Patriots, somehow he caught their eye. And what did Bill Belichick say? We worked him out 3 different times. And their conclusions were right.
He had a chance to go play up in Canada as a quarterback with the BC Lions, but he wanted NFL. Falk, and again Lewis. Boy, he made some plays today.
Boy, Ray Lewis, you think he's getting too old? Well, yeah, he's been in the league quite a few years, but diagnoses plays, gets off the block that time of Neal and makes the tackle. We saw him last week against the Raiders make many big stops in the run game.
Lewis, who told us last night, this is by far the most complete team in my 14 years, and told all the young kids on that squad, who of course all listened to him, about how you never know when you're going to get this chance again. You know, he's wanting another ring for a championship. Third down and 8. Got the first down, but there is a flag as Falk scampers to the 16. Chased down by Donnell Ellerby.
Well, he got lucky here, Ellerby.
Pass interference, offense, number 81. 10-yard penalty, replay third down.
The Moss penalty wipes out the 16-yard gain and a first.
Well, I thought they were going to say it was on Falk, so it's on Randy Moss. But Ellerby trying to fake to keep Kevin Falk in the backfield. Well, Randy Moss just runs right into a defender who has the right of way, of course. He's there. He's already has his position on the field. You have to go around. It's like a charge in basketball.
That was Foxworth, who he flattened. Had that just been an incomplete pass, they would have been in field goal range. It would have been a long, say, 50, 51-yard try by Gostowski. East territory, again, a Big East official. He knows all about charging calls. He got that one, and the catch made to Falk at the 36. Interesting situation here. Do you punt it? Do you go for it? Probably 54 yards if you wanted to think field goal.
I would punt it.
And they're going to bring Hansen out and punt it.
Yeah, you got 3 timeouts still in the first. The 2-minute warning. Put some pressure on your defense. Back Baltimore up. If things go the way you plan it, if you're Bill Belichick, you should get the football around the 45 or 50-yard line. Or you hope.
Last thing they want here is a touchback. Hansen take a little bit off of it. And beautiful dead ball. Lands at the 5 and settles at the 4. Ed Reed, for some reason, drops in there. Patriots have all 3 timeouts, as do the Ravens. With 2:07 to go in the half. That's McLean. Guyton stands him up at the 8 as we reach the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 6, McGahee pushes the pile to within 2 of a first.
Wow. How's that? All you needed was Joe Flacco to go down the line of scrimmage and run the option.
Bill Belichick, John Harbaugh, both sons of coaches. Nata comes in on the short yardage situation, lines up on the left side. 3rd and a short 2. And the Patriots defense, stop him? No. McGahee.
How about that? You bring in Nata and an extra lineman that time. It was Chris Chester to the left side. Yonda pulling around, nice block. McLean gets a good block up inside. Nobody gets penetration. Tully Bente-King tries to, but McLean meets him. And McGahee gets through there easy for a first down.
First down from the 15. Here's McGahee. Got him low. Bente-King falls forward for 1. Now another timeout call. Timeout New England, leaving the Patriots with 1. So the Patriots called that timeout. 2nd down on the way for Baltimore.
Yeah, but the Ravens did what they wanted. 3 runs to get 10 yards in obvious running situations against this defense. That was a big first down.
Yep. Trying to keep it away from the Patriots, who excel in the last 2 minutes of the half. As McGahee is pushed out by Bodden and Mayo.
Yeah, he's over. You see him shaking his head.
He knows instantly he did wrong.
The good thing is you're away from your coaches. You're on the far sideline. Because that's all they're trying to do. Get in to halftime at 24-7. Go low. They knock him out of bounds.
And the Patriots are able to preserve that timeout.
Yeah, now they preserve the timeout. It might give Tom Brady one more chance for about 4 or 5 plays.
That is if this time they could stop him on 3rd and 2. McGahee.
We're done, man.
It looks like he's right on that first down yardage. Exact play they ran on 3rd and 2 just a moment ago. Belichick looks right down the line.
He knows it. Bad news. Looks like a first down. Well, I know one thing. Bill Cowher, he must be loving some parts of this in that studio. I know the quarterbacks don't, but power football, we talk about it all year, and we all say it. It's all about throwing the football in the NFL now. But look at yesterday's playoff games. Cowboys, big and physical and tough, and they just overran the Eagles and the Jets and the Bengals. How about that game? That was old school. And the Ravens, absolutely old school here in the first half.
Jets waiting to find out where they'll be headed next week. The way it's going in this one, and if it continues this way, New York would be sent to San Diego, and Baltimore would earn a trip to Indianapolis. But we have 2 quarters to go. Baltimore leads it 24-7. Only points scored in that quarter. The touchdown throw to Edelman of New England. So we've reached halftime with the score Baltimore 24 and New England 7. 24-7. Baltimore over New England. And a reminder, this game brought to you in high definition here on CBS. Now remember, New England won the toss and elected to take the football in the 3rd quarter. So Cundiff will be putting it on a tee here for Baltimore. And Phil, what are the thoughts here about how the Patriots get back into this one?
Well, you know, first off, Jim, my first thought is the first half. The last drive by the Ravens, I think, epitomized everything. Backed up, New England has the timeouts, and the Ravens run it 3 straight times and get that first down. Then get another one. That says everything. The Ravens beating the Patriots at their own game just being strong and powerful.
And the Patriots failed to produce anything after getting an interception and then having the big run back by Edelman on a punt. This is Matthew Slater, the son of Hall of Famer Jackie Slater. And that's a good start to things here in the third quarter, out to close to the 40-yard line. So we'll see New England here with this first possession of the third quarter and 24-7. What do you think Belichick told him at halftime?
Oh, I love you guys.
Something like that.
Yeah,
huh?
something like that.
Yeah.
You know, listen, you talk about getting back in the game. I think they've settled down on the defensive side. The Patriots have. The offense, they got to find ways to stop the free runners at Tom Brady. How many times has he had to just throw it away, take a sack, get stripped because somebody's unblocked?
The yard gain as Suggs gets hold of Falk right off the handoff.
And you got to say the Patriots has had many opportunities with their offense with the football near midfield.
Falk with 10 carries in this game for 37 yards. On a 2nd and 9. Here comes Lewis. He's picked up. Pass to Baker. What a play by Foxworth. He chops him after a gain of 2.
You know, too, Jim, you say, well, what do the Patriots do? Well, they got to find a way to, can Randy Moss get it done? And again, I'm saying it, they're out there, it's one-on-one, that last play, with off coverage. You never see that against Randy Moss. And also, you have to believe Wes Welker not being here. I thought Edelman would catch the same number of passes and be a factor. He has not been in the passing game.
Edelman with 3 catches for 8 yards and a touchdown in the game. If you're just joining us, Moss without a catch. Brady 40 yards passing. Needs to complete one here. 3rd and 7 off the fingertips of Edelman. 3 and out for New England.
Chris Carr, tight coverage. Tom Brady has to be a little careful with the throw. And you've said Chris Carr's name in the slot. Going to come down and break out. It's a tight window. When you've thrown a couple interceptions and you're down 24-7, sometimes it's hard to pinpoint those passes.
Now Carr drops back deep, waiting for the Hansen punt. Nice one again. Heading to the sideline. Not very deep. Well, the Ravens, that first meeting back October the 4th, look how many passes they had. A lot of those coming, though, at the very end, a couple of drives late as they're trying to drive down and win it. They first down, out yardage the Patriots, but lost 27-21. They've been in front here from the get-go as Rice. Inside give, and this one's shut down. McLean held to, well, we'll give them 3, so 3rd and 1. They just picked up a pair of crucial 3rd and shorts going into halftime. Joe Flacco threw for 9 yards in that first half. He wasn't needed as far as his arm.
Well, you know, he might not be needed, but there's going to be a point in this game, Jim, when you're a quarterback and you're asked to play this type, 6 passes, hard to be a factor when they call upon you. And Joe Flacco said last night to me and you got to make sure, and I've said it earlier this game, you keep your quarterback in rhythm so when you need him, he can get it done.
McGahee back in. He picked up those 3rd and shorts before the half. They fake to him, and Flacco's going for the long ball, looking for Williams, who climbs up and is unable to hold on to it. Sean Springs drags him down. Demetrius Williams had 2 hands on the football at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I like the idea, and it's a nice route by Williams. Now, when he makes this break, if Joe Flacco throws it all the way across the field, he is going to outrun Sean Springs to it. All quarterbacks, I did it 1,000 times. You throw it up the field, and it allows the defender to break it up.
So 3 and out for Baltimore. The receivers, wide receivers for the Ravens, no catches today. Williams, Mason, Mark Clayton. Been all business on the ground for Baltimore as Cook sends it down to Edelman. Their catch at the 14. in a 17-point Baltimore lead as New England goes gun on first down. Edelman makes a quick cut, picks up 11. Now that was much more Wessler-like, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Wes Welker. Jim, we were just watching the Patriots this week, and sometimes if you didn't see the numbers, you think Edelman and Wes Welker, it's the same guy. Edelman probably a little faster, Welker a little quicker in those small spaces, catching the football inside.
And he goes for 11, and Brady looks right, now going for a second option on the left side, and there's Moss with his first grab of the game. Foxworth tries to punch the football out. But back-to-back first down throws by Brady. And look at Landry riding up over the back and the shoulders of Moss.
Now this just took so long. Nobody even close to Tom Brady. He looked at Julian Edelman twice to give him a chance to make a second move, then comes all the way back to his left.
Moss in his last 2 home playoff games back in 07 had 1 catch in each of those games. That's his first today as Brady stands still and hits Falk. So now the Patriots, boom, boom, boom. This one for only 4.
Well, what you always get in situations like this for Tom Brady and the Patriots, he gets in rhythm. Of course, they get confidence with completions, but also it tires out the pass rush. Ends up giving him more time to be even a better thrower.
Second and 6. There's a throw. What a hit and a pick. A pick by Landry. Again off the deflection, and Landry takes it all the way back to the 20. Sebastian Vollmer able to bring him down and prevent the return touchdown.
That's why you sit back and you say, don't give up the big play, because you wait till the football is thrown and then you go towards it and you hit them. And that's what they talked about, this Ravens defense. Tom Brady trying to stick it in between coverage. If he wanted to throw it to Ben Watson at time, he needed to throw it behind him. He leads him right into the hit, and Landry flying over there to protect the deep play. Boy, did that football get tipped? It almost looked like it might have.
What a hit on Watson by Frank Walker that really caused the interception. It's Rice. And again, he disappears for a moment in all that traffic, but somehow emerges with 6.
And I talk about Joe Flacco, what to do in certain situations. You kind of got your rhythm going again, and the game is slowed down, and it's starting to, the Patriots got to feel good about themselves, and Tom Brady took a chance and paid for it.
The 3rd interception of Brady today. That's his first 3-pick game since they won the AFC Championship game here against San Diego. And at that point found themselves 18-0. From the 16. Rice.
Oh, how about that? Is his inside running just terrific? He stays behind the blocks. The big key is the linemen, yonder pulls, they're all staying on their blocks. They might not be blowing the Patriots off the line of scrimmage, but they stay on them, so when Ray Rice comes by, you can't stop him. You just take your arm out, he breaks the tackle, falls forward for a few more yards.
That first one to get to him hasn't brought him down all day.
Terrific double team again on Vince Wilfork.
That run was good for a first down. There he is, again working middle, runs into the former Raven, Adalys Thomas, as well as James Sanders. Second and 7. Still has the football. Merriweather was not fooled. Last time he ran for a touchdown, Flacco, was in a game against the Patriots. And he probably thought he could find the end zone again with his legs.
Maybe they were trying to loosen up the right hip. I don't know.
Well, he took a pretty good little test, didn't he?
It was a test, and you know, the Patriots are not going to break down fundamentally that bad to allow Joe Flacco to have a keeper out to the right side. Not only is Merriweather there, other defensive players all around it.
It is 3rd down. Handoff, Rice. And this time they make a stop. Burgess was in on the play for the Patriots. Send out Cundiff for a short field goal try. That's a victory for that Patriot defense, keeping them out of the end zone and keeping it a 3-score differential.
Yeah, it's a victory. But now you start looking at the clock. 6 minutes, 30 seconds to go. 27-7. That's 3 touchdowns. 23-yarder to make it that score.
And Cundiff 2 for 2 today. 2 short ones, both good. Steve Bisciotti. Well, 20 points scored by the Ravens off of 4 New England turnovers. 6 plays and traveled 18 yards before they set up the Cundiff field goal. Landry with the interception. Second time he had his hands on the football today. Got the lateral from Ed Reed in that first half off the Reed interception. Yes, this last one when it looked like maybe the Patriots were trying to solving things on offense. As Darius Butler trying to get past the kicker. Frank Walker able to sling him out of bounds, but that's a good return by the rookie out of Connecticut. It's down from the 46 and dropped by Falk. But this is the 4th consecutive series for the Patriots. They've had the football either right at about midfield or extended it beyond, and they haven't scored. They did have the one short touchdown drive off the mishap on the Ravens punt return.
Well, Jim, you're right. It seems like they've been right in front of us for most of the day, right around midfield.
That's Falk. Couple of big jump cuts, and he takes it to the Baltimore side. About 2, maybe 3 yards short of a first.
Yeah, I heard it. Ray Lewis knew it. He comes on the blitz. It was called Red 40. What a job by Ben Watson coming down in there and knocking him out. So that Red 40 must be a draw inside. I think the Ravens knew it. Just good blocking got it done.
Yeah, but you know, Lewis still managed to get back and get in on the back end of that pile. Relentless. 3rd down and another crucial play here for the Patriots, who have the first with Moss. 2nd catch of the game and the quarter. And from the Ravens 40 and a new set of downs, there's Sammy Morris. Sammy Morris has been around this league for a long time. This is his 10th year. This is his first ever playoff game. That 2007 season, he was on injured reserve when they made that run all the way to the Super Bowl before the Giants defeated them. Morris with the catch. Good for about 7. Now Morris with the run and has the first down. Bulldozing ahead behind Logan Mankins. That ball came out well after the tackle.
Yeah, patience by Tom Brady on this drive. Keep looking for the short throws. They're giving them to you. And then when they stay back, it gives you a nice opportunity to run it too. Not a lot of guys to block as they're playing pass defense all the way.
4.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Back to Moss. And Foxworth closes in on him quickly. Keeps it to a 4, maybe 5-yard gain. They're going no huddle. Brady with 88 yards passing. That Baltimore defense has 95 yards in interception return yardage.
That's illegal formation.
Brady on 2nd and 5. And this time the Ravens get to him. You know, they got to him 3 times back in October. That's the most that Brady was decked in any game during the regular season. There's a flag. Might be an illegal contact against Baltimore.
Illegal contact. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Well, down the field, Chris Carr. It's on Julian Edelman, as you saw that. Boy, that was close. That was right at 5 or 6 yards. That's a tough call. I said illegal formation. I didn't think they had enough guys on the line of scrimmage. They didn't.
On first down, Brady goes back Moss. Moss again, just like the last first down play. Another 4 or 5 yards to Randy Moss with Foxworth closing.
Good illustration of that play. What they let him catch it, let's hit him. And look how many guys were over there to tackle Randy Moss, and led by Foxworth, and then Ray Lewis coming in for the cleanup.
We'll call it 2nd and 6. Ball rest at the 10. Falk. Ray Lewis has a hold of him, but not until Falk picks up the first down. Gain of 7. 1st and goal to go for New England.
Yeah, they're really playing it safe on the defensive side, not giving up the big play. But what you're doing, you're staying on the field for a lot of reps, and you get no pressure on the quarterback, making it too easy on New England.
They go shotgun on first down. 1st and goal. That's Falk. Driving it down inside the 1. All 3 Baltimore touchdowns came in that first quarter. 2 by Rice, 1 by McLean, all into this end zone. Moving down the field for a better view as Walker exits the field off that Ravens defense.
They like the quick snap, and if nobody's on the center, well, they're covering the center, so Tom Brady's not going to try the quarterback sneak.
10th play of the drive for New England. On 2nd and goal, Brady flings it. Caught. Edelman's 2nd touchdown of the day. Edelman makes the catch, misses the handoff with the Patriot faithful, but New England, with its best performance of the day offensively, marching down the field for the score.
And what happens? Chris Carr just falls down. If he doesn't fall down, they're going to have that play defensed very well.
The lead that at one time was 24-0. Julian Edelman was just stretched out. He was stretched out after that first touchdown catch he had in the first half. And again, he's a little bit strained, but hanging in there with 5 catches and 2 touchdowns today.
He made a sharp cut to catch that touchdown pass. I think it put the pressure on that right leg, right hip, and he felt it again.
Brady says good job as Gostowski hits a liner to Zibikowski. Zibikowski still going all the way out to the 48-yard line. A 30-yard run back off the short kick. Eric Alexander of the Patriots finally ended it, but that's just what Baltimore needed. Sean Springs, by the way, when he broke up that long pass play to Demetrius Williams, fell on his head. He's doubtful to return in this game. It's Rice taking it for another quick 5 for Baltimore.
You know, Jim, let's go back. Look at the touchdown. Julian Edelman in the slot. Here he is. Watch as he makes the cut as he goes in. He stepped on that right leg, and he does go ahead and run. You can't see him limp there, but he went to the sideline, threw his helmet down in frustration. He's still feeling the joy of catching that touchdown, and they're still working on him over there.
Darius Butler is the one replacing Sean Springs. Down the bottom of your screen, 2nd down and 5, and Rice sets up another 3rd and 1, maybe 2 to go for Baltimore. How many of those have we seen today? And most of the time, the Ravens have been converting. In fact, when we talked to Flacco last night, and he had to assess the game from back in October, Phil, he said, you know what? We played a good 3rd down game. It's one thing he took out of that first performance.
Yeah, it did. And you're going to give it to Ray Rice or give it to the running back here. Don't fool around. Maybe even go for it on 4th down. Ray Rice gets so low, it's got to be tough for defenders to see him.
actually going to go up top, and Mason has his first catch of the day. They worked on Darius Butler, who just came in for Sean Springs.
Well, that's where you would throw it. So that's a good job by Joe Flacco.
Gillette Stadium, Jim Nance and Phil Simms. This AFC wildcard game, Baltimore has led throughout. And they start the fourth quarter. First down from the New England 36. McGahee takes it for about 3.
You know, too, every time the Baltimore Ravens get a first down in their style of play, they run the play clock down low. Cam Cameron, he's pacing it very well with his offense, but it's going to be, Jim, it's 3 minutes off the clock per first down for the Ravens offense.
An offense that has 17 yards passing today. 17 as they've gone all ground basically. One completion to a receiver. That was the one to Mason to close out the third quarter that picked up the first down. Only catch by a wideout. Second down, 7. Flacco over the head of Clayton. And that was Lee Bodden who had the tight coverage.
Yeah, that throw was not with conviction. Joe Flacco that time kind of dips under the football just a little bit, gets his arm underneath it. That's why it went high. Good coverage by Bodden down the field. That throw, if he wanted to hit it, you got to drive it in there about waist high. Nobody between him and the wide receiver.
Interesting from here, it'd be 51 yards, a field goal try. But it would be a risky one because if you missed, you'd set up the Patriots with good field position. Third down, 3rd and 7. Rice back into the game. Flacco with the pocket seal, throws it, and the catch is made. Clayton makes the catch that he couldn't make back in October. In fact, this one was a harder one to bring down. It goes for 17 and a first.
Jim, it's almost in the same spot, about 3 or 4 yards closer to the end zone. Again, that right leg of Joe Flacco's, I thought this is overthrown, but a good job. Clayton sees it, gets both feet under him, makes the jump. Really good timing and making a good assessment where the football is.
Longest pass play of the day. In fact, that matched their passing yardage up to that point. First down, Gary. Back to Rice they go. And he's kind of pushed down by Vince Wilfork.
He slipped that time. One thing I've noticed, the Ravens, they're taking 2 linemen in a lot of plays, and they're both hitting Vince Wilfork, and they don't try to come off of it. They stay right on him.
Have you seen teams employ that strategy before, like that on Wilfork?
No, not enough. Not enough. But the Ravens have, look, they've played him enough over the last 2 years. They know that this guy, he looks in your backfield, he sees, oh, there's the fullback, I'm going to run after him. You cannot block him in certain situations.
Second down and 7. And that's Rice for maybe 1, and that's Wilfork on the tackle.
You know, it's not too early to start watching the clock. So if you're the quarterback, Joe Flacco's got to like stutter in the huddle, whatever you got to do to make sure you snap it with 1 or 2 seconds left on the play clock.
Rice exchanging a few volleys verbally with Wilfork. Field goal, of course, would leave it as a 2-score game. But they would need 2 touchdowns, New England, and 2 two-point conversions. Timeout. We're back with a 3rd down play and a surprising timeout by the Patriots.
Surprising when you're down. You need those timeouts for that last-minute drive if you can get that position.
3rd and 7, and Flacco. Oh, now he has to come out of the pocket. He's going to take off with an open field in front of him. And did he extend that football far enough to get the spot? They say a yard short.
Oh, they marked it a yard short, but you see the replay on this. If you're John Harbaugh, you might challenge it.
They mark it at the 8. He needed to get to the 7. Well, maybe they actually I'm off by a yard. He's at the 7 where they spotted.
Oh, I'd challenge it.
You would?
Absolutely.
The football? Yeah, all right.
Absolutely. I think it's right on it. If he didn't, I think he got the first down. That football crossed where that first down marker was.
And there's the red challenge flag, Phil.
I mean, it's such a big play. You got to challenge it.
They had Cundiff and the field goal unit out there ready to try yet another short field goal, but now they're going to try to pick up the first down instead off the challenge.
Of course, the way I do it up here, I'd need 6 challenges. I challenge everything.
Well, you had a good one in the first half.
Challenging the spot on the field as it relates to a first down.
Watch Joe Flacco as he's running for the first down yardage. Watch his left foot. It is still in bounds. And look at the extension of the arm and the football at about the 5.5, if you will. Perhaps they thought on the side judge there, maybe he thought that the left foot was out of bounds. It's not.
Well, what he's doing too, Jim, he marked the football exactly where the foot was. And I will say this, I've seen so many of these replays over the years, they're going to be conservative when it comes to remarking the football. But you and I watched it. I think we both agree it would be inside the 6-yard line if I was just going, okay, I believe it went out here about a football length inside the 6-yard line.
You see the officials conferring, which would lend the thought here that they're going to win the challenge. Maybe have to put a little more time back on it, but it looked to me like perhaps it was just a misjudgment. Was the left foot in or out of bounds? And our replays clearly showed it was just by inches, but you could still see green space.
And if he remarks it and it's not a first down, even if he remarks it, the Baltimore Ravens would lose a challenge, because if you challenge the spot of the ball, it's got to be a first down. And what if it's an inch or two short? Would you go for it on 4th down?
More time. Watch the left foot.
He's inbounds.
That to me looks like it's inside of the 6. The first down yardage is right on that 6-yard line.
To answer my question, if you're just short of it, I think I'd still kick the field goal to make it a 16-point game.
I think it's going to be enough for the first and goal. Let's see what Gene Steratore says.
After review, it has been determined that as the runner crossed the sideline out of bounds, the ball was at the 6-yard line. We will place the ball at the 6-yard line, and then we will measure to determine whether Baltimore has had a successful challenge or not.
So this actually will come down perhaps to your 4th and inches theory. Again, it's so unscientific. I mean, where do you spot it off of all these replays? I thought perhaps they would get even a little bit of better break on the spot.
Well, you just think about it. You have to be conservative where you mark this football. So I think they're always going to err on the side of not giving you that extra foot.
They mark it with the nose of the football, just touching the 6, and now they stretch it out. That's a first down.
It's not only getting the first down and trying to score a touchdown, it's the time it's going to take off the clock. It's a good job by Joe Flacco as he was running to the sideline. He knows he's got to get down, knows where the yard marker is, and sticks the football out.
Due to the fact that Baltimore has now been awarded a first down on the challenge, their challenge has been successful. They will not be charged with the timeout. It will be first and goal, Baltimore.
Joe Flacco,
the clock will start on the ready for play.
Was hobbling in pregame warmups. We saw it. Was stiff. That right hip, which was re-injured last week in the game against the Raiders, but boy, he ran well that time. Chris Chester checks in as an eligible receiver, number 65. On that left side, Heath outside of him. First and goal. And McGahee, the touchdown maker so often this season, gets the handle and is slammed down after a gain of 2. Flacco, again, in warm-ups, at times where it really looked awkward and uncomfortable, but and he told us it would take a little while, but he'd have to get out there and stretch and run around and warm up.
It's affected him. It's affected the way he's thrown the football today. I'm sure it's in the minds of the coaches that they call plays. And as I saw him limp around out there, I really got my eyes on Troy Smith, the backup quarterback, and watched his warm up intently.
On 2nd and goal. At the head and shoulder-to-shoulder hit by Mayo. Drives back McGahee. It'll be 3rd and goal from just outside the 2.
There you are from behind. You're the running back. Look at that inside. That is good running. First sign of daylight, they take it. Don't take a chance and look for a bigger play. Take those couple yards if you can get it down inside the 5-yard line.
This drive has lasted almost 6 minutes. Now it reaches that point. 3rd and goal to go. Chester moves back to the wing on the left. And the carry. McGahee in, standing up. Touchdown Ravens.
How about that run? They just told everybody in the stadium where they were going to go. They lined up an extra lineman. They got the double tight ends over there. Then they shift and put the running back to that side. The Patriots can't get adjusted. They don't have enough defenders to stop it. And look at the blocking up front.
Marshall Yonda comes over to celebrate. He helped open up a hole, didn't he? They're going to go for 2 with the score at 33-14.
Excuse me, they're up 19. They're going for 21 to make it a 3-touchdown game. I agree. You do this and
contact over here on the right side with Thomas and Mason.
Well, he did it on purpose. They couldn't get lined up on the defensive side, so he just jumped off sides to go ahead and give them half the yardage. Patriots still had somebody 20 yards behind the offense trying to run in and get into the play.
Race over and
offside. Defense. Close contact by number 96. The penalty will be half the distance to the goal. We'll now attempt the try from the 1.
There it is. Look at all the guys still trying to get on the field by the Patriots. Adalius Thomas knocks him in. There's still one more defender trying to decide whether to come on or go off.
Gahee.
Good play by Adalius Thomas.
Yep. Gahee is the single back on the 2-point conversion. Gahee got the touchdown and he stood up. I tell you, that was pretty close to crossing the plane. They say no.
We might have another challenge. Kind of hard to see the football. If you watch McGahee.
Yeah, there is a challenge, folks. While we were away, they did throw out the red flag.
Yep, 2 challenge on this, and it's really close. I believe he made it when you see that shot there. The football's in the middle of his chest. He broke the plane.
Ravens.
But you cannot see it, though. That's the big point there, Jim.
Already won a challenge that, instead of going for a field goal, allowed them to go ahead and plow it across 3 plays later with McGahee. And the McGahee on the carry. The 2-point try, and that's what is currently being reviewed by Gene Steratore. 10.5 minutes to go. And whatever the outcome of this one, the Patriots have little time left to make up the ground of what's going to amount to 3 touchdowns. This is denied. 2 touchdowns, 2 twos, and a field goal.
Yes, and what you say is there time for 3 possessions? Yes, there is. They could get 3 possessions out of this. It would be very efficient, and of course a couple big plays, and then getting the Baltimore Ravens off the field in 3 plays.
Tom Brady, comeback player of the year in the NFL, will have to mount the biggest comeback of any game of his career. He has not lost at home since they Played the Jets in November of 2006. Talking about Brady.
After we had broke out for commercial, Baltimore has challenged the ruling on the field on the try. The ruling on the field was an unsuccessful try. After review, the ruling on the field stands. It is unsuccessful. Baltimore will be charged with this first time out. Baltimore is also out of challenges for the remainder of the regulation of the game.
I think it was just a case where they didn't have enough evidence. They could not see the football and had to be irrefutable evidence. And you see where he has it. I think you're right, though. I think you can pretty much assume it's somewhere crossing the plane. I get back to the old computer chip, specially encoded football that we're going to have one of these days when it crosses the plane to help sort out things like this right here.
Yeah, we got to put you on the competition committee because you got a lot of ideas.
You like that idea, though?
No, I do. I really do. The game there's so many close plays dealing with getting first downs, the sideline, and technology nowadays. There's no question it's coming. Just how far along down the line is it?
McGahee delivering the 4th rush touchdown of the day for the Ravens. Again, New England had given up only 6 on the ground all season long. And that's a Baltimore touchdown drive that really ate up some clock. It came on the heels of Brady driving them down the field on their most impressive drive of the day. And Baltimore drive lasted 6 minutes and 15 seconds. Short kick. That's Slater. Had one nice run back today. You can count this one as another good one. All the way to the 44. Falk pushed out by Ellerby. And gains about 7. Evan Falk a little gimpy after that catch and run for about 6 yards. Sammy Morris replaces him. He hits the target. It's Morris to the Baltimore 41. Good for 8.
Well, the one thing I do like, Evan Falk on the sideline, not coming back in, but the Baltimore Ravens rushing forward. Don't give Tom Brady all day.
Hitting on these passes of short variety. Watson for 3 more.
The one thing the Ravens, when they gave up that easy drive earlier, they were rushing 3 guys, and it was too easy for Tom Brady in the pass and the run. Now another blitz.
And Morris was not turned around in time. Plus he had Ray Lewis breathing right down his back. Kevin Falk has come back in. Brady completes 20 throws to this point for only 111 yards.
Incredible. This game plan has worked perfectly for the Ravens. Keep the offense, this Patriots offense in front of us. Blitz out, hit them, and then run the football, of course, when their offense is on the field.
Longest pass play, 18 yards. And that's incomplete. Unable to hold it all the way to the ground was Aiken. Frank Walker, what a hit he put on.
I tell you the other thing, Jim, when you look at the game, how many times has Tom Brady thrown it down the field? Just a couple. And 2 of them were intercepted.
Got an injury, timeout. Aiken sitting still on the ground. Sam Aiken is still down. He just had a vicious hit, collision actually with the ground. Landed awkwardly and now able to come to his feet, much to the relief of Pierre Woods and other Patriots.
You know, when you watch this game today, sometimes, oh boy, just left shoulder, helmet, the field reacts like it's frozen. In other words, some of the punts, kickoffs, the way it hits the ground and just sticks to the ground. Some of the players have slipped.
even able to walk off, but will come back to play the 9-minute mark in a 4th and 7 for New England. At the Baltimore 39, they've got Moss right up to the right side. Matthew Slater has come in for Aiken. For Edelman, tough catch, but he makes it. Now has to make a move for the first down. Still fighting for it. Oh my goodness, plus a flag. How did he get there? Penalty's going to be against New England's an indication. That was some scrappy effort by Edelman.
Well, we saw it on the punt return, Jim, what he can do. And Bill Belichick said when they brought him up here in this summer.
Illegal block in the back. Offense, number 18. 10-yard penalty. Replay 4th down.
That penalty on Slater, who had entered the game on that very play for Aiken.
Well, when they brought him up here this summer, after working him out 3 times before the draft, see the block there by Slater, but they marveled at how he could break tackles and get around people and do what we just saw him do on the football field.
So another 4th down play. Now has to get 17. Basically, it'd have to be about the length of the longest pass play of the day. Keep their hopes alive. Brady all kinds of time, and Edelman makes the catch. Bobbled it for a moment, holds on right between Ed Reed and Tom Zbikowski, and the Patriots will continue to drive.
Well, the initial coverage, watch Edelman as he goes across the field. He's covered, and then Zbikowski, look, you can't blame that on the defensive back. Tom Brady had just so long to throw it. He gave Edelman 3 chances to get open, finally wide open across the field.
Goes for 24 yards. Brady going for the touchdown strike. And coming over quickly was DeJuan Landry. Matthew Slater was the receiver that Brady was targeting. What a hit by Dominique Foxworth. Loses a yard.
I know this Patriots offense not at full strength. Randy Moss, you talked about it, missing practice on Friday, not getting down the field. Edelman, well, it's not Wes Welker, but the corners, Chris Carr, Dominique Foxworth, they have played well. Frank Walker.
3rd and 11. And that's Landry, and it does not generate a flag. Looking for Watson. Landry comes over and knocks it down.
It's close down the field. Tom Brady, he thinks it is. I think contact got there just a little early, but Landry, good technique.
Going field goal here. Going field goal.
I like the move. Prolong the game. Still hoping you can get 2 more possessions, Jim, if you make this.
44 yards for Gostowski. And then Gostowski. Wide right. Patriots come up empty.
Fans are restless now.
With 7:19 to go. That may pretty much do it.
Yeah, didn't hit it solid. Got underneath it. You can see just how fast the football is spinning, that he got too low on it.
Gostowski, who had made 32 straight 4th quarter kicks, field goal tries in regulation and postseason. 32 in a row before that one.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say the Baltimore Ravens are going to run this
Kelly
3 times.
Washington, the former Patriot, now looking back at the crowd and saying it's over. See you later. Well, let's go ahead and play out the last 7:19 just to see. 2 timeouts for the Patriots. McGahee plows out there to the 47 for a first down. Indianapolis played a tight one at Baltimore this year, and if the Ravens do have another date with the Colts, we weren't there, but we watched a lot of that first matchup, and the Ravens, it was one of those games kind of typified their 9-7 season. They didn't get blown out by anybody. They lost. 6 of their 7 losses were to teams that are in the postseason, and the other loss was to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they had every chance to beat the Colts that day, but never able to get it in the end zone. They had 5 field goals is all they produced. They lost 17-15.
Well, I think the Ravens, they have just identified exactly what they want to do and who they are. Their defense today was back. And the offense, it's about running the football.
This year, 1-6 against teams that made it to the playoffs. The one win was week 2 at San Diego. Then they lost their next 6 against teams that eventually qualified for this postseason. That's McGahee for a yard, maybe 2.
But you look at this game, the Ravens, can they run against the great defensive front of the Patriots? I'd say that answer is, well, we've seen it all day long. They have gotten it done. And the Patriots, a lot of reasons on the offensive side, couldn't overcome with Welker not being there. They didn't do a good job early picking up the blitzes, and Randy Moss was a non-factor in the game.
Moss with 4 catches for 29 yards. Edelman 6 for 44 and 2 touchdowns. And the Patriots, with all these winning streaks as far as home win streaks, playoff win streaks, Brady at home in the postseason, all those about to close as Rice picks up another first down. 231 yards on the ground now overall. That's the most allowed by New England this season. And that's worth another 30 seconds or more. McGahee for 2. McGahee takes it to the 29. How about this? 11 straight. You have to go back to the 70s since the last time New England lost a playoff game at home. Only 11,333 days ago since Bum Phillips' Houston Oilers came in here and beat them. Heat shaken up on that last play.
Todd Heap right in front. Oh, he gets hit from behind. Yes.
He is just pulled back in an unnatural position as Dante Kane fell on him. Couldn't help but think about Wade Phillips yesterday and those Dallas Cowboys, and Wade Phillips with a big win yesterday.
Well, it was. How about Wade Phillips after the game was over? Well, this is a big one for Tony Romo and myself. Now we won't have to answer about the having won a playoff game in so long, but you're judged harshly in the NFL, especially when people perceive that you got a very good football team. There's no question about the Dallas Cowboys, a very good football team. Todd Heap, he has had, I haven't said it much, but done a very good job blocking today. Not known for that. A couple times when they've reversed the field, had to go back to his side. He had his guy blocked, and they were not able to get off and tackle the runner.
What do you think, Cowboys and Vikings?
Well, you know, Jim, it's going to be a good matchup. 2 big physical teams. The Dallas Cowboys, very hot. I think it's going to be hard for anybody to get them out of it.
False start. Offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
This is going to be a tough way for the Patriots to end what had been a great decade with 3 Super Bowl titles.
Well, I think, Jim, you know, too, I think the Ravens have so much information on the Patriots. They understand what they're about. Of course, now that we see Patriots a little shorthanded on offense, but just the knowledge and I think the attitude they brought in here today served them very well. They took it to the Patriots and they just out-hit them.
Nice pound driven down by Dante Kane. Even Ray Lewis said it. You know, our matchups with the Patriots, we've had some classic games, but we came out on the short end of the stick. Said Ray Lewis, but they knew You know, he even said it when I asked him about Brady. I said, how well do you know Brady? I meant kind of on a personal level, you know, being in Pro Bowls together. And he broke into a whole thing, really, that was like a whole scouting report about Brady.
Yeah, he did. And I tell you, it showed today a couple times. The audibles, he thinks they had a good feel when it was real and when it's not. And I think the other big thing, the screens by the Patriots to the wide receivers has been such a big part of their game. It did not work at all today. And so that tells you Ray Lewis just wasn't saying words. They really believed and had some keys that worked very well for him.
I'm going to punt here on 4th down from the New England 35. And Cook's punt didn't travel where exactly he had in mind. Right at the 20. This is 15 yards. Well, Joe Flacco, he's going to have his 3rd win in 2 years in the league, 3rd postseason win. Morris down right at the line of scrimmage. 2-minute warning. Well, that young man right there certainly set the tone for this one, taking the first snap of the game. 83 yards for a touchdown. Ray Rice and the Ravens today from the get-go, huh?
Set the tone for the Ravens, kind of let the Patriots know what they were in for all day long, and it just gave the Ravens confidence, the emotions that came with that long touchdown, and then they just followed it up with good defensive plays.
Second down play here for Brady, and that's Moss and his longest contribution. They haven't gone down the field deep that often. That one's good for 20.
No, that was probably even. I know we talked about the receiving corps beat up, but they didn't try many shots at all. Maybe the big reason was, Jim, 3 times, 2 of them were intercepted. The 3rd one almost was.
Oh, Edelman. The drop. Tom Brady's home streak. We talked about the 11-game home streak playoff wise for the Patriots. And Brady has the 8 in the playoffs, the 23 going back to 2006. The last time he lost at home, it was a different playing surface here. They dug up the field the next day and put down this surface after losing to the Jets in November of 06. And Morris unable to grab hold of that one. And third down and 10 here. And Jarrett Johnson forces that throwaway by Brady. Baltimore and Indianapolis. Wife gave birth to little Mark Harrison Trattner during the 2nd quarter of this game. So congratulations to the Trattners. And we'll see David next week in San Diego. Here on 4th down, the game is going to end, at least for that New England offense, with Brady going down in the hands of Dewan Edwards.
I think John Harbaugh won't have to work so hard this week. All week long, he kept telling his football team how good they were, what you did so well during the season. They did so many things well here today. You have to bring him back down to earth and tell him what's in front of him. That's Peyton Manning and a terrific offense.
Tom Brady exits. Joe Flacco comes out for 1 snap. Joe Flacco, who has a poster of Tom Brady in his bedroom back at his parents' house in New Jersey. He still spends a great deal of his offseason living in his old bedroom. And that Brady poster still hangs there.
Still there. He wanted us to know, though, because I don't have one of myself in my room. So,
but I tell you, he also wanted us to know he's never met Brady. They did not even meet when they were here in October, coming on or off the field. They've never had a chance to shake hands. The Ravens and Colts since 2002, all Indianapolis, but a tight one this year.
Yeah,
so
you know
how
what?
about next year, the former Baltimore team going against the current Baltimore team. We've seen that angle 3 years ago. Look at this. Harbaugh's going to do his own. He's going to flip this. And he disappears into a sea of celebration.